Why do you keep going back to an open mic?
It's not officially open mic until I've played it, so.
Are you an octopus?
No, but I wish I was.
You're listening to the Baascast Briefs. Just because it's short doesn't mean it can't be fun.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Baascast. My name is Baas de Beer, and this is another Baascast Brief, a shorter version of the amazing Baascast, which you should totally check out, that I'm just having a quick chat with someone that you might not know, but that I think you should. The person today is none other than my good friend, Zadelhoff.
Hi.
So, Zadelhoff, for practical purposes today, I will refer to you as Johan.
Okay, sure.
Which is really awkward because you are Johan, but everyone knows you as Zadelhoff.
Well, people know me as a lot of things, so I have a lot of nicknames and stuff, but yeah, Zadelhoff, Johan, everyone works.
Well, listen, I must say, it is such a privilege to actually finally get you on the Baascast because this journey of ours actually started in, what year? When did we meet?
I think 2018?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Now, in today's chat, I will get to a point of making a confession towards you.
Good.
I will open up about something deep and serious that you've been saying for quite some time, and I've been denying it, and I will gladly admit that I was lying. But I'll get there shortly. Firstly, I want to chat to you about your career, how far it's been. Like, just give people a quick overview. Who are you? What do you do? And how did you get here?
So I'm known as the band slut. I think for the last 2 years or 2.5 years or something, I've just been in and out of a lot of bands. I think I was at 14 at one stage.
14 projects at the same time?
At the same time. But it was like, some of them are a little bit on and off, but yeah, but so I play guitar, I play bass, I do vocals, and dabble a little bit in piano, but not much, and yeah.
Now, for those that don't know, where did you grow up? How did you get here? I mean, you've been Pretoria boy your whole life?
No, not Pretoria. Born, I think I moved here in 2010.
Oh, wait. So you've been here now for about 3 years?
No, that's about.
Wait, math. And how did you start this whole thing of, I want to become a musician, I want to do this?
Well, I think that started in primary school. I think grades 5 or 4, I can't remember now. Anyway, I started with piano. I don't know why. Did it for a year and then like stopped. And then 2 years later, picked up drums and then switched over to guitar. And then it just moved on from there.
So you could say that piano was the keys to your musical career.
Some might say that, but we shouldn't. I know.
But really shouldn't. Listen, so I want to tell the story and I also want to jump in with a confession actually.
Sure.
That I met you technically while busking.
Yeah.
Right? Not me busking, you were busking.
I was busking, yeah.
And I was fascinated for a few reasons. First and foremost, like seriously, I mean, your music was nice. I'm always into good young musicians. I love discovering new talent, but that wasn't why I paid attention. And this isn't a confession, but you really reminded me of one of my favorite cartoon characters. Shaggy. And I mean, you've shaped up a little bit more, but back then you were really looking a lot like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. No, but the thing that I've been lying to you about, and I'm really sorry, my story is that when I was walking past you, it was at Sparmoreleta Park, you were busy busking, I was on my way to a braai, quickly popped in for some meat, saw this random shaggy looking dude busking, and then I gave him $50 and stood there for like 2 or 3 songs, I think. Now, you've always said that I've been lying about that story. And I will come clean and say that the truth is, I did not give you $50. It was a 20. I'm sorry. I've been lying.
Oh, wait, like, I can't remember that, though.
Yeah, I'm so glad because for like the first 3 years of our friendship, you were telling me, no, it was a 20. It wasn't a 50. But if I retell the story, I will still say 50 because then I sound better.
Well, I honestly can't remember that at all.
But yeah, I mean, I walked up to you, enjoyed some of the music, gave you a 50. And if you can't remember, it was totally 50. And invites you to the open mic. And that is, in my opinion, sort of where your open mic journey began. I think you've been to 1 or 2 before then, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go great once before. I did not know what I was doing on stage. And yeah.
And look at you now. Like, I think you've built up a bit of a reputation in Pretoria as if there's an open mic, you will go play there.
Oh, it's not officially open mic until I have played it. So
I like that. I like that so much. Because that is true. I mean, if there's an open mic running in Pretoria or vicinity, you've been there, you've played there. And I want to stand still for a second on open mics. Tell me, what is the purpose? Why do you keep going back to an open mic?
Well, I mean, it's free practice. I mean, you grow, I don't know, you grow a bit on stage. I mean, I don't have the greatest personality on stage.
You've got a great personality, don't worry.
But I mean, it's something I work on. It's new material you try, new styles you try, new things I'm trying. Like, yeah.
Have you found that playing open mic is different from, just performing in your garage or in your rehearsal room? What's the difference?
Oh, you actually get live feedback. So, in
The
your
sound
room,
engineer's bad?
if the sound engineer is bad,
Then you get a lot of feedback.
you get a lot of feedback.
Inflate, Papa.
Right.
No, but seriously though, so you rely on the feedback that you get from people in the audience, or like speaking, or just seeing how they react?
Maybe like see how they react, speak to them afterwards. Like, did they like that song? Did they don't like it? Oh, didn't they like it? Or what can change? Is it a song I should be singing? Is it a song I should not be singing? Stuff like that.
How have you found the impact of the different types of audiences though? Because I mean, if I take for instance, you played Wisecracks in Centurion when that was still happening, but you also play Suvarbar, student crowd versus more adults. You play Sunset, I think.
I think I played
That's
Sunset
also
once or twice. Yeah.
students, but more main markets. Have you found that you've had a similar response between the audiences, or does every open mic provide its own?
So the thing is, I try to play open mic according to the type of people who goes there. So I don't always play the same songs everywhere. I try different stuff at different places. So just to like expand a little bit. I don't know.
Have you found there's a similarity between open mic and busking in the sense of the audience changes, or what's the differences for you?
So the thing is with busking is like, okay, you don't have a set crowd. So the people just basically walk by and listen. Now and then they stop and listen and stuff. But I mean, for me, it's just they walk by. So it's like quick songs. And with open mic, you actually have a crowd sitting there listening the whole time.
What was your average, would you say, staying capacity? Would people stand and watch you while busking for like 2-3 songs, or would they walk past, say, "Yeah, cool," and then walk on?
Well, it depends. Like a lot of people, from the time you actually get trolley and stuff, you spend like 30 seconds basically there. And then when you come out, I don't know, the same thing, like 30 seconds. But a lot of people do actually stop. There was one that actually sat down like quite close to me. Like, I think he'll stay there for like 5 songs, I think.
You've definitely busked more than I have.
Yeah.
I've done a little bit of research online to see what's the best ways to go about busking, and some people say, no, screw that. You pick 3 songs for the day, and that's the 3 songs you play, so that, you know what, you don't want a crowd to be standing there for too long. Other people say, no, play your full repertoire. You want to catch as many people as possible. What's your feel about it?
So, I haven't been busking for a long time now. But anyway, when I used to do it, I think I had about between 120 and 150 songs that I'm doing.
120 to 150 songs?
Yeah.
On a day? Or
Then normally that was like my 150 songs that I have, and then like I kept building on that. But I stopped about the time I started gigging, so I stopped
Okay.
busking. So like the list still grew a bit, but it shrank a bit because open mic, I test songs, they don't work, so I scratch it off the list. So yeah.
what is the vibe in and around Pretoria regarding busking? Are people open to it? Shopping centers, places where you want to go, and the reception of people walking past? Is it a profitable experience to do that? Or let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, the thing is, it's always worth a shot. You can always try it, but I mean, like, in my experience, it's like a little bit looked down upon for some reason, especially with center management, because they see it as begging for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah.
Well, I've got a theory about that, because half of the musos playing out there really can't play when they busk, and they do give it a bad name. If I have to compare, busking in Europe, for instance, is a viable career.
Yeah.
You will literally go there. I met a couple of buskers. One guy I met in Venice, for instance. He comes from Lithuania, and 3 months of the year he lives in Venice, and he just busks, and he pays. He told me he pays for about 6 to 8 months of his life per year by busking for like 3 months in Venice.
Yeah.
Could you say that you made a viable living out of busking in Pretoria, though?
No.
May I ask? I mean, okay, this was like up until about 4 years ago, I think 3 years ago that you busked.
I think, yeah, I stopped about 2019, I think.
Okay, so up until then, may I ask, what would you say was the average earnings that you got in as a busker?
So I think for about 3 hours, it was about 600.
Okay, well, 600 Rand for a 3 hour practice session is really not too bad.
Yeah.
But I must admit, I think
Average, sir. That was average.
you probably did better now that you started gigging and
Yeah, sure, of course.
getting a better rate per hour than $100 an hour.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone that wants to get into the busking scene?
Well, just, I don't know, get your songs ready, sound good, and be prepared to get a lot of no's.
A lot of no's. Get ready to be ignored, basically.
No. From actually, the first step to busking is getting permission.
And how do you go about getting permission? How do you get into the places to busk?
So what I did is you try to get hold of center management at any mall or something, and when they are there, normally just phone them up or email them, schedule appointment, and talk to them directly.
So definitely in person is a better option.
For me, it was, yeah.
How strict are they regarding stuff like setting up a sound system versus just having to stand there with an acoustic?
Well, I've never actually busked with a sound system there, but I'm pretty sure if there's power somewhere close, they should not have a problem, especially if you have permission. They shouldn't have a problem with it.
Okay, well, here's a public shout out to every single store owner, venue owner. Like, if you've got a grocery store and you need some live entertainment, open yourself up to buskers. I mean, would you reckon there's a benefit to having buskers, a proper busker, obviously, now at your entrance to your store or not?
Depends on the store.
Okay, what store would be benefiting most from a busker?
Store where there's a lot of people. It's like,
Well, listen, there's one quick thing that I want to get to, and that is your innovation and creation of something special for your show.
oh yeah.
When I met you, it was you, an acoustic, and as you just said, not even a sound system.
Oh.
Now, if anyone's seen you perform lately, you built up this entire drum kit for your feet.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, please just pause and go and check out Zadelhoff on socials. The links are in the description below. And there will be photos and stuff that he shared and videos of him playing this monstrosity of a foot drum band machine. What do you call it?
I don't know, foot drum kit, I think.
But that sounds like a stomp box on steroids. You've legit got a full drum kit at your feet,
Pretty much, yeah.
which you play while playing guitar or bass while singing.
Yeah.
Are you an octopus?
No, but I wish I was.
Let's talk me through the creation process. How did you come about it? Why did you make it? And what was the most challenging and rewarding bits of it?
So for me, I started like, I felt just guitar and vocals was a bit empty. So I think last year I started with a cajon and tambourine. So I just stomped that while I was playing, and quickly got bored. So I can do more. So I tried looping a little bit and see if I can get more sounds in it. But then I realized like looping, it takes so long to build up your loop when you actually want to get it right. And then I just started experimenting, like, what can I do? What can I do? So I started looking around on YouTube videos and like see foot pedals, foot drums and stuff. And I found this former foot drum thing, but it was like 80K. So
80,000 Rand for a foot drum.
yeah.
So it was definitely cheaper to make your own.
Yeah, definitely cheaper. And that's 80 before imports tax as well. So yeah. And then so I decided, okay, that's an acoustic kit, by the way. And then I decided make it cheaper. Okay, go electric. It's easier to control. We can set up the sounds that you do want. You can change the sounds between songs and stuff like that. And yeah.
Now you've got a setup that essentially looks like a massive pedal board when you bring it in, and then you open it up and it's all these stompy pedals and stuff.
Yeah.
And I must say, as someone that's mixed you before, it is a delight for an artist to come into a venue that's not conducive to a large drum kit, but I've got full control as a sound engineer over what happens to the sound of the drums in the venue and the balance between the vocals and so. Have you had any opposition from venues when you go play there, when you stick your drums on stage?
Not really though.
See, that's the way to go. If you want a drummer in your show, get Zadelhoff. He can be your bassist, your drummer, your backing vocalist, and probably a sound guy by now.
Yeah, I think.
I just need to know, how many hours did you spend so far building that?
It was on and off in the beginning because I was struggling to figure out the pedals. Because the pedals is basically the whole thing that if you don't have pedals, you don't have a design. And I didn't want to have like little wood blocks that I just stomp on.
Okay.
So I actually needed a pedal to come up and down and like, yeah. And without any beaters getting in the way of my feet because I'm changing my foot position every time. So I think I started in September. No, wait, it can't be September. I can't remember.
I think it was earlier.
Okay, but the Cajon thing was like January last year. So it builds up from there. So it was like a year in development, basically. I don't know.
Okay.
And then I think I finished it in like mid-November last year.
Now let's talk skill development.
Yeah.
What did you need to learn as a musician that was outside your comfort zone in order to do this?
So, okay, well, the drums I had in the beginning, like, way back, like before I even moved to Pretoria. No, wait, I started drums. Before I moved to Pretoria. So that kind of helped a little bit.
Like your drumming skills.
Yeah, drumming skills.
You're an actual drummer.
Used to be. But I mean, like the practice and stuff still carries on a little bit. So timing, metronome, stuff like that. So how I started is just like basic paradiddles. So right, left, right, left.
And on the construction side, are you a natural handyman? No, did you know how to solder before you started this?
No, so that whole thing was trial and error. Like, let's see if this works. This like no planning. It was just go in and see what I can do, how I can fix things, how I can make it work.
I do find it funny to think that if I compare you to our other friend Lungelo, that
Oh, yeah?
I had a chat with recently, he started by soldering and then fell asleep while soldering and realized he should be a musician. You became a musician and realized, damn it, I need to wake up and start soldering. Listen, any last words from you? What are we looking forward to? Zadelhoff music in the near future? More bands, more music, more pedals, or what?
So I'm actually looking to like just actually push Zadelhoff music a bit, but with the drums and stuff, it takes a lot of concentration. So I have to sacrifice a bit of guitar, a bit of vocals. So I'm actually looking to like maybe save vocals a bit so I can get someone else to sing for me, so I can only focus on either the drums and either guitar or bass.
So you need basically a vocalist, and that's where you're working towards now. And
Basically, that's what I'm working towards, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
any new songs coming out?
I started writing yesterday, I think.
Oh,
I
nice.
like just got myself a notebook, so I just started jotting everything down. It's like, yeah, so there's some new songs in the works, but I'm not sure how far away they are. But
Well, that's one thing I do appreciate about you, and it's the fact that when you put your head on something, you say, I'm going to do this, you genuinely take your time, you do it properly. So I respect you for that. I respect you for the fact that you are honing your craft by going to the open mics. The fact that you're a person that didn't mind putting yourself out there as an introvert on a stage or in front of a store. I think there's a bunch of musicians that should and can learn from you for that and not look down on buskers and open micers. So kudos to you. Thanks for your time here, dude.
thank you.
Sit hem daar.
Cool.
Gaan ons 'n bietjie Catan speel nou.
Natuurlijk.
Oh, wait. Thank you so much for watching this Baascast. If you didn't watch it or if you just listened to it, really appreciate it. Now, go, press buttons, like things, and share shit. Thank you for listening to this Baascast, and thank you so much, Audio Torch, for sponsoring the camera gear. So today I'm here at J Room in Silverton. If you're a band, if you're a musician, and you want a rehearsal space, chat to Franco Jamnak. This is his space, and this is the place where you can come for rehearsals. Thank you so much for allowing me to record here.